Today we explore the Ethnic Expo and its impact on Columbus.
Just bringing everybody together.
After that, we'll look at the importance of the Columbus Pride Festival.
And we'll look at the Mill Race Marathon and its significance to the runners.
All that and more coming up on Torch TV.
Have X in preview, roll it, and take it.
Having a voice of students is unique, and in learning the power behind it is special. Onward, forward.
Good morning, Columbus East, and welcome to the first edition of this year of Torch TV. I'm your host, Ben Likens. Today, I'm joined by Abby Jones. How you doing today, Abby?
I'm doing pretty good. How are you?
I'm great. How was your Halloween?
It was good. I just passed out candy. I didn't trick or treat or anything.
That's nice.
Yeah.
And for those of you who are new to East Media, Torch TV is our premier magazine show.
We cover events from all around Columbus and surrounding communities.
Now, before we get into the show, we do have a couple of announcements. Students who have registered for any AP exams, payments for those exams are due to Mrs. Beck in the main office by Wednesday, November 8th. Any exams not paid for by this date can only be ordered by paying a $40 late delivery fee. Seniors, early action college obligations are due tonight at midnight, so make sure to get your applications, letters of recommendation, or anything else you need to be turned in if you plan on applying to college early. That's all the announcements we've got. Abby has her top story of the day.
Thanks, Ben. The Ethnic Expo is one of the largest events in Columbus. This year's host country was Japan, and many other countries were celebrated throughout the weekend. East Media's very own Cameron Klawon joins us with more.
For the past 40 years, Columbus has hosted Ethnic Expo, an event aimed at showcasing the diversity held in our city. Over 35 countries participate this year, with both food and vendor booths. Ethnic Expo is a staple of Columbus, Indiana. In fact, it's been occurring for nearly 40 years.
I've lived in Columbus for 26 years. This is probably more than 20th time of Ethnic Expo. Every year we come here.
This is what our community is known for, its main celebration. This is the largest festival in Columbus, as well as almost the largest festival here in the whole county. We have over 35 different countries representing all of the continents except for Antarctica and Australia. We have 33 food booths, and we have 20 vendor booths that will be available for people to peruse and eat through every country.
All kinds of different food, right? Music, right? And just, just gathering.
Authenticity is a huge part of Ethnic Expo, and the event organizers make it a priority.
They also are required to make sure that their booth has 100% authentic items. So we don't want you to have items from a different country represented on your country's booth. You might see that there are some things that are like barbecue. That's a very popular food across the board on all countries. But each one that has barbecue has a representation of what that reflection is in their food. So sometimes maybe it's sweet. Maybe it's spicy, but it is important that the food they have is culturally appropriate to what they're representing.
The diversity shown in Ethnic Expo truly reveals the energy of Columbus.
I would choose to live here because it feels the most international out of all the local areas, and I value that. The opportunity to show my son different foods and different people and different cultures. Small samples, but it's good.
We are so blessed to live in such a diverse community, so I think it's a great way to activate all those cultures in one area.
The Ethnic Expo, it's been going on since I've been a child. I'm from Columbus. It's one of my favorite things that we do here in Columbus. It kind of shows the support and all the different people that are here. That Columbus isn't just, small town.
Ethnic Expo has yet to announce their host country or plans for next year. However, make sure to keep an eye out on the social media and website for further news.
The Mill Race Marathon returned to Columbus for its 11th consecutive year. With over 5,000 participants and 2,000 finishes this year, the event was a massive success, proving yet again to be a staple of the community. As the Boston qualifying marathon, the flat and smooth race course attracts athletes looking to reach a new best, as well as people who simply want to stay in shape. Over $60,000 worth of prizes were given out, including 4 bikes, a truck, and $10,000 worth of cash and gift certificates.
You know, I run on a running team in Cincinnati. A few of our guys have come out here in years past. They're always like, yeah, this Mill race is really good. Small town, fast race, relatively cheap. Possibility of winning money, that's always nice too, so yeah.
It was a great day, great weather. The organization was outstanding. The volunteers, very nice. They had all the 8 stations well manned. And, you know, it was a great experience. Yeah.
Now we head over to Rachel Morris for your 3-day weather forecast.
Thanks, Abby. Today we'll have a clear day with a high of 46 and a low of 26. Tomorrow, a sunny and windy day with a high of 52 and a low of 31. The weather warms up a little on Friday with a high of 57 and a low of 40. Make sure to stay warm-os.
Coming up on Torch TV, we'll cover how the annual Pride Fest celebrates the incredible diversity in our Columbus community.
And then we'll talk about current world news with Jackson Warren.
All this and more on Torch TV.
Good morning. Hi, I just forgot my lanyard today.
I'll have to give you a sticker. Abby, has this happened before?
Yes.
How many times?
This is my 4th time.
Write your name on this list.
Okay.
And you will have lunch detention.
And now for the latest in world news, we're going to send it over to Jackson Warren, who has the story. Jackson?
Thank you, Ben. Starting out today, we see the latest news from the Gaza Strip. Up to this point, the political and military organization known as Hamas began the conflict by firing missiles into Israel. The Israeli Prime Minister, Benjamin Netanyahu, stated that a ground invasion of the Gaza Strip is on the way and has called for immediate evacuation of sections of Palestinian territory. The first steps towards this ground invasion took place last Wednesday night when several hundred tanks entered the Gaza Strip and eliminated several targets. Thankfully, there were no injuries and they have since withdrawn. Israeli Prime Minister Netanyahu stated that the invasion was in preparation of a substantial ground offensive against the Hamas. More updates on the story to come in the next edition. Back here in the U.S., as the People's Chamber has finally elected a new Speaker of the House on Wednesday. This comes following a 3-week-long voting process, which ultimately ended with Mike Johnson's ascension to speakership. Johnson is a representative of Louisiana's 4th congressional district, and this appointment comes as an important step in avoiding a looming government shutdown. Lastly, a mass shooting happened in Lewiston, Maine, with a death toll standing at 19, including the shooter. Robert Carr was found dead of an apparent suicide on Friday evening, ending a 2-day multi-state manhunt for the 40-year-old suspect. The former Army reservist went on a rampage at 2 different locations in the town, killing 19 and wounding 13 others. This is the 565th mass shooting of 2023 in the United States, according to the Gun Violence Archive. That's all for World News. Ben, Abby, back to you guys.
Thanks, Jackson. Over fall break, Columbus held its annual Pride Festival. East Media's Cate Roeder joins us with more on the event.
Last month, Columbus hosted its 5th annual Pride Festival. Since its opening, Columbus Pride has been spreading a message of love and acceptance that has deeply impacted the community as a whole.
I think we really need more things like this, just so that we have a more diverse community where we can all see that we're not alone, that we are a part of a community, and that there are more people like you around you than you think that there are.
That we get to be free and be who we are and love who we want. I think it's a really special thing to have.
And people start to think, hey, there's a bunch of really loud people out there that really are saying some hateful things, but they are just minority voices that have a loud bullhorn. And kids can come out here and see, no, look, this is a welcoming community.
Pride has become an integral part of the Columbus community, but it means more than just promoting inclusivity. It provides a safe space for today's youth to be themselves that wasn't available to previous generations.
If I would have had this when I was younger, I think I would have probably come out a little bit sooner and kind of realized who I was a lot sooner, which is super, super important. I would have just had a better time and felt more comfortable in my own body.
When I was a teen, there were not like out queer people in the community that I grew up in. And so I just think back and think about how important and amazing it would have been if I had had like a me when I was growing up. And so I just like to be a nice, good, positive example of a happy queer adult.
So to have a place that you are loved for like however you look, however you are, like whatever pronouns you use, who you love, it would have been life-changing for me, which is why it's so important to me to like interact with the kids, because I want them to feel like how I should have felt, which was loved and cared about and accepted.
In today's politically divided society, the Columbus Pride Festival provides a positive platform, spreading love and acceptance for all.
I think it's really important for the youth to experience things like Pride or things like even Ethnic Expo, for instance. It's just going to expand their horizons. It's going to make them more aware of what's out there in the world, what they can be involved in, what that means to them. It's more representation so that they can understand who they are and better portray that in the future.
They belong in the world, you know? They're not like on the outskirts, they're not pushed out, they're not like, they won't grow up thinking I'm weird, something's wrong with me. They'll think, oh, I'm just this different type of person, and that person is loved, you know? So ultimately, I just want them to feel loved, whoever they grow up to be.
This event is so well loved by the community, and people look forward to it every year.
Cate, with an event as big as Pride, which draws people in from well outside of Columbus, how was security handled by the city and event staff?
The festival had its own staff members present around the park to monitor the event. Police were also present for larger complications. There was only one minor incident reported, and the rest of the event was extremely peaceful.
Thanks, Cate.
Now, that's all the time we have for today. For myself, Abby, Cate, Cameron, and the rest of the Torch TV crew, thanks so much for watching.
Remember to take care of yourself, others, and the place, and as always, try to be the best part of someone's day.